Hey guys and girls, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting for Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stats for losers.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Airing It Out podcast. I am blessed and honored today to have on my show Luis Colon, aka LALO. He's the owner of New York Style Boxing. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, bro?
Not much, bro. Just chilling here in the building, hanging out. Really excited to get you on the phone. It's been a minute since we politicked, my guy.
It has. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, somebody blocked you in my fucking phone, but we won't fucking go into details on that shit.
I'm usually getting blamed since we were young. So
remember that shit, bro? The throwbacks? Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Even by Father Paddock. Not for nothing. I know that Brother Kyogen was kind of your homie on the low, and I'm not trying to say anything, but those dudes really acted like they were like clean. The way they righted us so hard to find out later that they were all caught up in some shit.
Kids? Yeah,
but I mean,
mind blowing.
I hung out with Father Paddock a lot, bro, and never. It's so crazy to think that on the low they were getting it in.
Father Paddock per se, it would have not shocked me. You know what I mean?
I agree. Kyogen, right. He seemed like he was crushing pussy on the low.
It looked like he was smashing the secondaries in the back, back of the office.
Right, that's what I thought. His swag was on 1,000.
It really was. He had everybody under pressure. I'm thinking he's mobbed up.
I swear to God, that's how I felt. I remember one time Paddock took me to this spot in Little Italy, and like Paddock gave him like a head nod, and he gave him a head nod back. I was like, "Yo, y'all, what's going on here? Y'all priests? Or y'all doing something under the table?"
He's so gang sign.
Jesus. So that was a nice little trip down memory lane. I wanted to ask you, bro. How was it once COVID hit for you in NYC? Like, walk me through. You chilling. February, hanging out, right? Because your birthday is when? Your birthday's in March, right?
It's in February. It was actually around that time.
Right. So boom, you just started. You probably went balls to the wall, and then bang, here comes COVID. So what's going on at that time?
Yeah. So out in February, I was in Santo Domingo.
Damn, Punta Cana?
Yeah. No, I was in
El Capital.
Macorís. No. I was in Macorís next to Santiago.
Okay.
So I was just celebrating my daughter's birthday.
She's an Aquarius too, or a Pisces?
She's Aquarius. She's late. She's after Pisces because I think Pisces stopped at 29.
Nah, you got your shit wrong, bro. It's Capricorn, right? Aquarius. So she's a Pisces, bro.
Oh, so
she's your sign. Damn, you don't even know what the fuck your daughter's sign is. Jesus Christ, fail. Okay,
bad, bro.
So boom, so you in Punta Cana?
My son. Oh, actually, my son and her. It's all three. We were all fishy. All right, so yeah. So not Punta Cana.
I mean, sorry, we in DR. How you say that? How you say that area again?
San Francisco Macorís.
Damn. Okay, so but we're over there, and then
we out there. We celebrating. We come back into town, after you celebrate, you hit the floor running, you start working, because you spend so much money,
Yeah, I could imagine. And supposedly it's cheap to go there, right? So if you balling, shit, you ball a lot.
Oh, yeah, we actually rented a house where the president lived out there. No bullshit.
I believe you, bro.
But we actually, it was like 10 of us, so everybody kind of chipped in and worked out.
Okay, that's good.
But everybody put up some bread, but it was a cool experience.
So was it like a mansion? Was it like a mansion?
It was
like a mini mansion. Oh, which one?
No, it was like a 3-tier mansion.
Shit.
And when I say 3 tiers, it had 3
like levels. some Scarface shit.
And it was all see through, all glass.
So all glass. Damn, that's pretty
and when
fire.
you go to sleep, when you go to sleep, there's a button you press, and all the gates come down. The gates inside the house, in front of the glass window.
Damn.
And when you press the button, you know, it gates the whole.
So like some Tony Stark state of the art shit, huh?
Yeah, really cool. But in a third world country, you believe that shit?
Listen. I know. I thought about fucking around, like, you know, looking into properties. The only thing is, if you're not from that country, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean?
It is.
And
I mean, who wants to buy?
Right.
Who wants to buy property in a third world country? You know?
Bro, listen. After they shot Big Papi, I'm like, not going.
Yeah, when they shot Big Papi, that means
nobody's safe.
You know,
nobody's safe. That's what that means. Because that guy's a millionaire. If you could gun down a millionaire, if you gun down Big Papi, you know it's a done deal.
Yeah, everybody loves Big Papi. So imagine 2 Puerto Ricans. We'll be out there like dogs.
Yeah, no kidding. So boom, so you get back, and then.
So we get back. We hit the floor running, start working again, and it was crazy because one of my clients is George Stephanopoulos, which is a ABC news anchor, right?
Yeah, I know this guy. How do you know this guy?
He's a client of mine.
Nasty. Are you the name dropping? No wonder you looking all good and shit.
No, I'm not.
I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, is he a chill dude?
Really cool, chill dude. Small. I want to say like 5'6". Surprisingly enough, real strong for his age.
What is he pushing? Like 60? I've heard of the name. I've never seen Homeboy.
He's a news anchor for ABC.
Yeah. No. I know. I don't watch the news. The news is bad for you.
Yeah, I agree. But check this out, right? So I see the guy, right? And I ask him a lot of questions, whether, because you're training the guy for a whole hour.
It's like being a bartender or a beautician. You got to chop it up with them.
Yeah. So, we have small talk within our session. And I go in and I'm like, hey, what you think about this whole COVID thing? Are you taking this thing serious? Because at that point, it wasn't really serious. It was all hearsay. And he tells me, Lou, don't even stress it. This is going to be something that comes and goes, right? He says that, I want to say 2 weeks later, I just hear on the news people are dying left and right. And businesses are closing. It goes chaotic, right? Now, I'm home with my family, I got 2 kids in the house, and a wife. And, we just trying to stay inside. The gym closes down. I'm in the house. I'm seeing all this stuff on TV. Is this surreal? Is this really happening? Is the government trying to keep people at home? All these things are going through my mind. Are they trying to decrease the population? All this stuff is going through my mind, right? Mind you, I got a lot of responsibility. I wear a lot of hats. So it's hard for me to take a day off. But I had to, kind of stay sheltered in. So fast forward that, I see George 2 weeks ago, right, at the gym. We're back to training, and I go, "Hey George, that whole COVID thing, he was really off about that one, huh?" He goes,
"Oh my god!"
He goes, "Yeah, Lou. From time to time, I fuck up, and I big time fucked up on that one. I didn't see that one coming." And I was like, yeah. And then, I heard you had it because, he was all across the news that he actually got it.
Wow.
He had gotten COVID, him and his wife. I didn't say that. I kind of wanted to drop that on him also. Like, hey, by the way, don't you got that shit?
Wow.
But, yeah, we kind of let that fly.
Oh my god, dude, so funny. As soon as I heard that shit was popping off like that, because I really wanted to connect with you. I didn't know why I was having a hard time connecting with you. I was in NYC, and
yeah, I remember
when we went there, it was already just whispers in China.
Right.
But then when I got back, it started to pill up some momentum. And then I started, like you, the same way you felt about it hitting NYC and people were dropping in China. And I hadn't seen like too much videos. I wasn't even plugged in like I'm a little bit more plugged in now. And I was like, yo, I don't know, man. This shit sounds like, or it seems like it's going to be on and popping.
You're right there.
And so, yeah, go ahead. What's up? You need to take 5 for the kid real quick?
No. He needs to take a 5.
I know. So I was like, I was ahead of the curve on that one because my missus was like, nah, it's like a regular flu. You're just going to catch it and you're going to be good. And I'm like, no, that is not. I was like, motherfuckers is dying right now in China, kid.
Yeah, but you know, even in our wildest thoughts, man, I couldn't project that one.
I didn't think it was going to be like lockdown shit like that, but I kind of had a feeling that I'm like, damn, we get, especially me in California. I didn't think it was going to hit New York like that, but in California, we didn't get hit like that. So check it out. I thought in California, because China's closer to us, right? Like you could fly easier from Asia to Cali than you could fly from Asia to New York, right? I don't even know what they must go in that direction. They must go. Yeah, I don't know
whose class was that, but
right. I definitely must have been O'Toole's because I was sleeping in that shit. But anyways, right. I was like, yo, because we have a big Asian population here, and I was like, man, that's what I was tripping out on. Food? Not good. They don't got that. The MSG is fire, bro.
Fucked up.
You know what it is?
Have the biggest Asian population and not have good Chinese.
Nah, but so you know how, like, I wish I knew the numbers, but I think Asian Chinese, right? I don't even think that's a classification, but in New York, there's a lot of Chinese folks, right? In California, it's a mix. So you have Filipino, you have Chinese, you have Japanese, you have Korean, you have Puerto Filipino. So there's so many that they don't really have a centralized thing. If I would say anything, their sushi game here is fire. So that's our Chinese food. Like they're very heavy on the Japanese. So like ramen, yakitori, which is basically like barbecue style meats, and then sushi. They crush it over here. It's really good. What's that fancy place that's in Vegas? That's like a lot of money. Nobu. So like spots like that. Like Nobu's out here. Like it's kind of like that. Like it's a high end Japanese scene. Yeah. So. Chinese, I don't think really fits in that quota, and they don't. I'm telling you, there's something about the grease.
So they don't have the Chinese food next to the bodega.
Nah, they don't even got bodegas out here like that, bro. They have like strip malls, and the strip malls don't even like. It's crazy. California is a little bit more like corporate, so there's not that independent store owners.
Very gentrified over there.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's not that. I mean, I live in San Diego, and it's diverse. But it's not as diverse as it could be. I feel like it's becoming more diverse, but like you'll go to certain areas and it's predominantly white.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So boom. We go there. We got all of that popping. You talk to your guy. He's like, man, I dropped the ball a little bit on that.
Yeah,
how was your spider sense when shit started like burning up because of BLM and all that shit?
I was, at that time, remember, we were still hibernating off the COVID. So, kind of COVID hit, then Black Lives Matter hit. But for that time, I'm really hibernating in the house with the family, running into the grocery store, coming back, watching everything on the screen. People out there looting and shit. I'm saying, damn, I could have grabbed the Gucci bag. I could have grabbed the fucking piano. I'm thinking in my mind.
You and me both, bro. I know. I was like,
oh shit, I get some Gucci sneakers. Know what I mean?
what a trippy situation for them to put us in, huh?
Yeah. And I was pissed off the next morning when I see everybody carrying shit in their hand on TV. I was like, damn, I could have been there.
Bro, they fucked up Manhattan, bro. They fucked up Manhattan good. They was getting all the good stuff.
All the good spots, man. Yeah, they did. They go to Gucci. They went to the Rolex stores on Fifth Ave. All that, man. So, Diamond District.
In California, like in LA especially, they have Rodeo Drive, which I'm sure you're familiar of. Bro, Rodeo Drive, they didn't play. They shut that shit down like at 2 p.m. So yeah, so you was mad at yourself because you might have missed out on the 5-finger discount over there.
I was upset. I was upset. I really was.
But don't be too mad, bro, because like at the end of the day, if you got bagged up, the value of getting caught didn't outweigh.
You definitely getting COVID because you're gonna go into jail cell. They ain't got no masks in it.
They getting all messed up.
So yeah. Sit in and stuff. You know what I mean?
So COVID happens, right? You get like they tell you to stay home and then don't leave. How did you because you're a bit of an entrepreneur? How did you have to segue your business, or did your business have to take a pause because you have multiple businesses? So how did you manage that?
All right, so yeah, that was big. Obviously, I subcontract and train clients throughout the city. Obviously, that went to shit because a lot of those clients ran to Hampton or trying to stay away from the city because between BLM and COVID, they were under attack. So they ran to
They were like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
They ran to their nice houses in the Hamptons, which cost me some money. But and then I had a daycare also,
and that took some losses too, right?
Yeah, because all the parents are not going to work, so they don't have a need to drop off the kids. So now all the kids that I had, they sit at home, which my income on that went down.
Did you have money stashed?
Yeah.
Because you're an independent contractor, did you qualify for unemployment?
No, but I use one of my companies and put my name on, and get paid through my company, and I requested to go on unemployment through my company as an employee. Nice,
that's pretty smart. She'd have to keep you on a swivel under this fucking COVID shit. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I had to scramble around and figure it out. I had to sit down and kind of draw a map of how I was going to get over on the last couple of months, because you have an overhead also. You're not coming in like they used to. You got to have to spread it out. So yeah, both and then the cleaning company went down. Everything went down.
So were you sitting on stacks? Like not super stacks, but were you okay? Like were you smart enough to pack away for a winter, or you just came back from the vacation, so you dropped a lot of bread, right? I
did. I dropped a lot of bread, and I came back. But God has been good, man.
He's been pretty good to me. It's funny that I kind of was with the same situation, because when I went to NYC, I balled too, and like I came back and you
kind of have to ball NYC. Everything's so expensive. You go to the store, everything is $5 and up.
I mean, but you see, the weird thing is like for me, being in California, it's almost the same, right? If anything, it's a little cheaper in New York City, because everything is mad expensive here, bro. Like you're not shopping at the bodega, bro. You got to shop at Whole Foods.
Everything's organic.
Yeah, so they want fucking $7 for milk. I'm like, I'm not having that shit right now. You know what I mean? Exactly. I felt like that dude, and I got you, sucker. How much is it if you just pour it in my hand? You just
make you sip on it.
You know what I mean? So it's very expensive here, bro. Like, so imagine, like, okay, let's do some math. So you live in YO, right? Not to get too personal, but you got a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom?
3.
Okay, how much is that? More than $2,000 or less than $2,000?
More than $2,000.
Exactly. So I got 2-bed, and I'm at more than $2,000 too. So we're about even, right? It wasn't it wasn't like I went to some other spot and it was a discount.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I'm under the impression that everything out of New York is like
So think about this. Yeah, no, think about this. NYC and California have the highest taxes in the whole United States. So they're about similar. So you're gonna pay. The only thing here, you get a discount, which I kind of liked in the beginning. They give you liquor and tobacco. They give it away here. In New York, they don't. Yeah, like so like a box of cigarettes in New York, if you're in downtown, you might pay $10, $12, $13, right? Over here, they're like, if you buy 2 packs, we'll give you that shit for $8.99.
What?
Yeah, bro. If you go, same thing with the booze. The booze might, like, so, okay, you go get a bottle of, let's say, Grey Goose, and it's $40. They say if you get 6 bottles, we'll give you 10% off.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so they try to.
I'll be drunk and high over there all the time.
Bro, I'm telling you, I wanted to get into the thing with you a little bit about what was it like copping in the Heights yesterday? Because I tell you, marijuana out here is a totally different skit, bro. It's not the same, you know.
Well, I mean, now, all right. So you can't. The neighborhood over there is shady. In itself,
oh my god, I hate Dykeman, bro. I mean, I like it at night because you see the biddies and the tight stuff, but in the daytime or even at night, if you're trying to cop, it's a little scary.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't even need to be night. It could be daylight. It is a little scary.
Why daytime is because of PD, or it's still just because of the dudes running around in there? Or both?
It's a mixture of both.
Yeah,
you got both. You got people camped out in front of the spot. I mean, you got like 40 dudes camped out in front of the spot, right? And you trying to get through them to get served. I mean, so you got to go through them. Now, as you're going through them, you think in your mind like, damn, I hope I ain't got beef with one of these guys, you know? Because as you walking through, you think in your mind like, oh, you know, what if, you know, I got an issue with one of these guys I'm walking through and I'm trying. Now, I got
you got the whole team to deal with. Yeah.
Then I got the whole team of wolves next to him. And all I wanted to do was get some trees.
Right.
I mean, like,
I feel you, man. Shit is hot. Shit is crazy.
So you go through all that. Then when you finally get the trees, you start walking away and you got the D's and unmarked cars.
Oh, my God.
So you kind of, you know, it's like you're trying to grab a nuclear bomb and get home.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, bro. I remember when we used to go over there that it was like shady as hell. You had to park like 2 blocks down, had to be the lookout on the low. You know, you don't walk to the my God. That shit is wild. I didn't even get to take Shorty to Dykeman because they have some of the best rotisserie chicken on the planet, and that mojito shit is fucking fire, bro. Like that one spot right next to right on Dykeman, bro, right next to the train, right next to those clubs.
Yeah, the buffet.
Yeah, that place is unbelievable. So we didn't get no Goya. Yeah, I know. That's the live shit. Everybody goes there after the club.
And they used to have a little club next to it. So you used to eat, and then in the same little restaurant, you slide over there and get a hookah. You lit.
Bruh, before we leave the thing, I got a photo that I keep in kind of like my picture mural, bro. It was you, me, Spider, and some other cat when we went somewhere. When we went somewhere in Dykeman or in the Heights, and we were all partying, and it's a picture of you passed out, right, head down, and us 3 around you, bro. It's hilarious.
That's gotta be classic.
Yeah, oh, for sure, bro. How many times did we not you know, turn it up together, bro? Oh. And then in the middle of nowhere, without no backup, no squad, no nothing.
No, it was crazy. You know, it's crazy. Your brother was telling me a couple of days ago. You know, he was getting drunk together. And he goes, you know, you and my brother, man, you guys are some wild boys, man. He was like, why you guys never walked around with a camera? You guys could have made money off this shit you guys was doing. And I was like, man, you know, I wish we did, man. We probably would have had a show by now.
Bro, we would have killed. I think about it too, man. It's insane. We were just on some other shit.
Facts. We will make nothing out of something, you know, something out of nothing.
Bro, I remember you used to be like, all right, we got this amount of money. What we gonna get popping? And I'd be like, all right, cool. Let's go do this and figure out this, and we're gonna go get that. Yeah. We get some biddies and we'll make it popping.
Talking about $5.
Right.
It wasn't even real.
Right. We were balling if we had $20. We were like, how are we gonna turn this $20 into like 40?
It's like, yo, you got $5. Like, all right, so this is what we gonna do.
I remember we had our own language. We had our own I remember people used to be like, yo, what did you guys just say? And we're like, yo, just chill. Just sit back and relax, because you know what the program, pa.
Nah, we had the program. We used to have people work for us for free.
I'm serious, bro. I can't believe thinking about it now, like what we got into and how we were able to, like, I mean, we went into some dicey fucking areas, bro. Like some hot as shit spots. You know who else used to get me some shit like that with too? Fucking Lucho, bro. I used to be like, yo, you sure we want to go in here, man? He's like, yeah, I know a dude. I'm like, fuck. All right, bro. Let me get my little panties up and hold my breath and try to look hard and yeah, right.
Hold it together. Yeah. The whole time you thinking to yourself like, damn, hold Lucho don't wild out.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started with that guy. Hey, remember when you graduated? We rented that whip. And we popped all the tires on the West Side Highway, bro, with your cousin, with your 2 cousins. Yeah. And we had to figure that out. And then you and Charlie went and had to figure out how to go cop rims in the middle of the night because we busted one of the rims.
I went down to Central Avenue trying to snatch rims.
Yeah. Then remember we went
no equipment.
Bro, we went to the freaking to the mechanic spot, and homeboy was like $300 a tire, and we was like, nah, what you got is used. All we got is a hundo. Give us the tires, daddy. We don't need. We were hustling, bro.
Yeah,
our gift to Gav was no joke.
And then, you know, the money that I got for my graduation went to the rims. I was like, this can't be life.
You know what the funny thing is now, thinking about it back, we didn't even have to do all of that. The fact that we just got the tires replaced, we were good. Because they don't do that 5-point inspection like that shit. They just like, look, the car's good. All right, cool. Park that shit.
And I was trusting it the whole time. I wasn't even enjoying the car. And then when I pulled up, they were like, "You just drive it on the left. Leave it right there. Leave the car. Leave the keys inside." I was like, "This motherfucker, you don't want to check the car."
Yo, I could go story after story, bro. We would just like, you know what story I thought about the other day, bro? Remember Kajana, bro?
Kajana, too. Love the time.
Bro, that whole Barnes and Noble's cafe shit, bro. We was on some.
That was crazy.
Oh my God, we were on Starbucks before Starbucks was even Starbucks, bro.
I remember I threw a knife in that shit. That shit
I still remember that the bread knife because it was cheap. It was cheap. Sheetrock. That shit just went right through.
The manager came in and the knife was on the wall, but she couldn't see it because it was
high up.
Too short. It was high up.
Bro, we used to toss the scones.
Like, everything's cool. Yeah, the scones. I love the scones. I was like, everything's cool. She was like, you all right? I was like, yeah. I was just looking up like, I hope the knife does not fall right now, man. Because if it falls,
oh my God, bro.
tired.
Jesus. You know what I was telling my missus. Remember that day that we got like super duper wasted and I had to go do that computer test in Express? And I think I was taking mad long. And you were like, yo, just press any button, B. We gotta go. And I was like, and they still hired me.
Yo, that was the funniest shit.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo, we were literally there playing with the little machine.
Like you were supposed to take the answer serious, and we were just like, yes, no, yes,
and
no.
You was just like, and you was like, all right, fuck it. And you just started.
Yeah, I was like, because I want to go. We got to go back to the block and try to get it popping.
Yeah, fine.
I told
2 weeks later, you was like, yo, I got the job.
I know. So freaking crazy, bro.
Like, yo, Express hires anybody.
Facts. I was telling my missus I used to work at PF Chang's at the time, bro, and I remember you used to give me rides up to White Plains, and we used to smoke a L all the way going up to there, right? And then I couldn't even remember what table the food used to go to. I'd have to go back to like the board 100 times for each plate. That shit took me so long to deliver food because I was like, yo,
you can make like $30 in tips that day.
Oh my God, bro, that shit was a trip. So I wanted to ask you. So you said you got this New York style boxing training company.
Yeah.
So is your workout method like boxing only, or is it a mix, or like what kind of training do you teach and stuff?
What we do is we work technique, right? Because my clients is gonna have to, if they're gonna train with me, they're gonna fight the right way. It's just not gonna be like sloppy stuff. So we're gonna work on technique, and then from technique, we'll throw cardio in there. And then once we start the cardio, we'll finish up with some strength and conditioning. But everything is done to perfection. Like when you see them box, they're boxing the traditional right way of boxing. They're not just trying to hit the bag. And that's where sometimes when you have a group setting and you have a lot of people and you're trying to train them, it's a little hard to do that because you can't keep an eye on 20 people and seeing if they drop in their hands after they jab, which I'm fortunate enough to train clients that can afford
to do the solo dolo stuff. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's basically it. I have a lot of clients, older women.
So you basically teaching like Tai Bo without the kicking.
No. I got tough guys also.
Yeah.
But it's just boxing is a beautiful sport, man, and any gender can gravitate to it.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I mean, I know yesterday we were politicking a little bit how boxing was something still that you enjoyed. It sucks that it seems like it's still a thing, but with the rise of MMA and like the rise of some of the other sports, it's kind of taking a little bit of a back seat. And they don't have like those premier guys anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like their guy was what's homeboy? What's homeboy with Mayweather. Mayweather's the G. Like if you like him or you hate him, he's one of the best defensive boxers ever, bro. Right? I mean,
50-0.
He makes it look dope. Yeah, he even beat up mixed martial artists. No matter what that dude said.
Conor McGregor cleaned him up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he cleaned them up. I don't know if he cleaned them up.
I mean, he gave him a good fight, but I mean, they had to stop the fight.
Right, because he like kept hitting him in that same situation.
That right hand was coming straight down the pipe.
His training routine is ridiculous, bro.
Who, Conor?
Nah, I mean Conor's dope, but Floyd, his hand speed is just. He goes in
the gym.
Really?
He goes in the gym at 2 a.m. Right.
That's where it seems like that's the sweet spot for everybody. I was just looking at because I just started getting up super early because I've been doing this and I've been trying to get this off the ground. It seems like 2 o'clock, 2:30 seems to be that prime time to get busy.
But remember when these fights that he has, after all the undercards, he's not fighting till 1 o'clock in the morning. So think about it. You remember, there's muscle memory, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So now your body is conditioned to fight from 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's true.
4 or 5 in the morning.
Got you. So he's already ready to do that.
Right. So everything he because now when you're older, you got to train smarter, right? You can't just go in the gym and train for 10 hours. Your body's not equipped for it anymore. So now when you're older, you got to start, not cutting corners, but training smarter. And when your body peaks at 2:00 in the morning, you should train at 2:00 in the morning, because when you have, your fight, that's when you're going to need that technique and that endurance.
That's dope. Yeah, no. I don't know if I'm peak hours. I just thought that all the rich people get up at that time. So I was trying to switch up my game. I'm like, well, maybe if I get up at 2:30 in the morning, I could get more rich. I was looking at Mark.
I would do anything.
Right, facts. I was looking at Mark Wahlberg's routine that I was thinking about like adopting, because I was like doing stuff, but I'm like, I need like a specific like game plan to kind of run through. So yes, so I was talking about the routine shit. So I was looking at Mark's stuff. Mark is up at like 2:30 in the morning, and he got some crazy shit on there. Cause they shut down the gyms here, so I was just like, all right, let me try to get something. I live like a block away from a mountain, so I've been climbing the mountain on some rocky shit. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So that's
pretty dope.
But my cardio sucks.
How's your transition, man, from being like a city slicker to suburbish?
So it was weird when I first got here. When I first got here, I moved like directly to the burbs, and I hated it. I was like, this shit is whack. And then I took a bus, because I didn't have a whip. I took a bus to like a downtown district, and I was like, this shit is fire. And I moved within the month, and I went into that downtown district. And then within a month of that, I found a job like literally right down the block from where I lived. So I had a sick ass bar across the street from where I lived. I had my job 2 blocks down, and then I had like kind of a small city area about a quarter of a mile from me, and then the downtown area, which was like half a mile, if not a mile. So it worked out. Yeah, I put myself super central. So I did that for like 10 years, and then I kind of got bored of it, and then I ended up in Irvine, which is like Orange County. And I started to like really Jones about the beach. So I kind of hung out there. I really like LA, man, to be honest with you. A lot of people talk shit, but I like LA because it reminds me of New York. You know what I mean? It's kind of fast. It's quick. Right. There's fashion. You can see shit. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not copping shit, just to watch how things are trending.
How things move.
Yeah, that to me has always been something that I've always found joyful. Because I think we used to go downtown for nothing, but just to like, just to chill, you know? So I really missed that part. But now, I kind of like being in the burbs. It's quieter. It's chill. The only thing that sucks is you got to make sure you get everything. You know what I mean? Because the joint ain't right down the block.
Oh, yeah. It's like that. It's like Walmart.
But I got lucky. Before COVID and all this shit hit and things got a little wacky, I had, like, with my wife now, she had found a spot again right down the block from her crib. And so we moved in. Oh, so I had another job right down the block. I had another little spot. And like, it wasn't, I got away with not having a car for a hot minute here, which is crazy.
That's really dope.
Yeah. So I made it work. But what we were talking about earlier, bro, we could make, magic out of nothing. So that to me, that trick I made work a billion times here. And the fact that we're super friendly and charismatic, I never had a problem meeting people, and I never had a problem humbling myself down to be like, hey man, what's up? How y'all doing?
How you do this?
Right. Yeah. So I've always asked. And then being a bartender, bro, I got plugged in really quickly. Like that's how I got the plugs to work up in Irvine. I was thinking about becoming a sports agent, but then I realized that shit was way too much. But a lot of plugs from just being at the bar, man, and just meeting cats and asking questions, and just getting a lot of deals, in the sense of people being like, hey, you want to go to a game? Hey, got this. And then I worked at a spot that they had like season tickets for the Padres. So I used to go to Padre games like every day. So I was able to see like a sports thing. And then I used to go to Chargers games all the time. I mean, I really made San Diego work. For me coming out here and knowing nobody, I think I did all right. Yeah. So now I'm, working on the second stage here and trying to get this whole thing, up and running. I gotta, just to tease it out for the fans out there, what's up?
What's the name of the podcast?
You didn't hear it when you
never give me a shout out.
Yeah.
You never give me a shout out, man. Like, that's messed up. Like, why you didn't even like give me a shout out on the podcast? Like, what's up, man? Like,
It's not even you fucking listen to it, you fuck.
I feel like you throwing me under the bus.
Nah,
like,
I told you, you weren't even listening. It's called the Airing It Out podcast. It was supposed to be really a sports-centric podcast, but then with COVID and everything happening, it kind of switched gears.
You just start airing this shit out?
Yeah, I just aired out whatever the fuck I want. You know, I get people in here to say whatever the fuck they want to say, as long as they know that they're gonna stand by what they say. You know, me, I don't really I don't go that ham, but you know, during COVID I did, and I got pretty pissed off.
Yeah, you lost your shit?
I mean, a little bit. I think that they definitely purposely killed people. There's more than enough, you know, proof of people saying that, like out of their own mouths. You know what I mean?
I mean, my whole theory on it was like, yo, the government doesn't want to pay Section 8, so they killing all these old fucks.
Well, I mean, I don't even know truly to see like what it was, but I definitely think there was some kind of leverage by keeping people home, because the stock market, bro, has been booming. Like they just said that the month of August was the biggest stock market month in 30 years. That's insane.
You know why? They was giving motherfuckers $600 a week,
but not everybody. But not everybody was. Right. You know, listen. I'm tapped into the cats in the BX, and those motherfuckers were not buying stocks. Okay, those motherfuckers were balling out of control. They were hitting up. They were balling out of control, bro. They were buying weed. Nah, not even that. That would have been a smart idea. Go buy a whip, but they weren't even doing that. It was, like my mom was telling me some shit about a whole bunch of people copping bottles of Henny, and it was party time. That's why they fucked up our whole shit, because now they pull that money back because people were beasting. You know what I mean? Instead of being smart, like I told my brother, I was like, "Yo, they just gave you a chunk of change. You should invest it." You know what I mean?
Hold on.
And he just, you know, he's Chris, so that's his whole swagger.
Cop some Yeezys.
I don't even know if he did that. I wish he would have copped some Yeezys. At least Yeezys have resale value. He just balled. He just balled out of control on stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. I sat on stacks, bro.
We chilling tonight.
Bro, I downsized and I just sat on stacks. The only thing I spend money on is my equipment, because I was trying to get equipment for the show and shit.
But at least it was for gold.
And all this stuff has ridiculous resale value. Like I made sure I did my homework. I made sure that, you know, what's the difference between used and new? And if I have it used or new, does it still have resale? And it totally does. And especially now with nobody being able to touch anybody or being around other people, you know what I mean? Right. It was insane. So, you know, I invested in myself a lot during COVID. But yeah, you know, now people are on the gate and they're like, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't got the money. I'm like, they just gave you $8,000. Imagine that, bro. We said we made miracles with 550. If they gave us $8,000, I think we would have been popping, bro. Because we were definitely trying to. I wish we were more connected when we were young, because we were hustlers. If we would have met somebody that had been like, yo, you two kids got potential, I'm gonna put you under the wing, honestly, and I'm gonna fucking coach y'all up, I think the potential would have been insane.
I never stopped hustling. Like, you know, I opened 2 clubs.
I remember that. I wish I was there for that, by the way.
Then I went back to training people. I mean, so I had to humble myself, learn a new trade.
I know, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's crazy when you have to do that. It really does humble you, bro.
It really does. I humble myself.
Tell me a little bit about that. So you get all the club shit, right? And we could get into club shit too, because I think some of those stories is fire. But you get out of the club stuff, right? And then you're like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna get into. Did you automatically think of Luch, or how did you even get thinking about being an entrepreneur in the fitness space?
So Luch had called me up, right? And I think I was arguing with my girl, whatever, right? So Luch was living in Jersey at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So I go check Luch, right? Luch is living in Jersey in this big ass 3-bedroom by himself, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how Luch is just like his face. He's willing to pay. You know, he's not materialistic, but you know, he's the real deal, Holyfield, when it comes to like the warrior spirit and keeping that shit plain. That motherfucker just needs a mat and a bowl of rice every day. And he's living good. Yo, you're not exaggerating.
I'm telling you, bro. But the funny thing is, at least he's kept it the same. If not one thing, homeboy's consistent like a motherfucker.
Nah. Yeah, for real. That's one thing about him. He ain't gonna switch up.
No.
I mean, he's consistent. He's a good dude. That's my man. So we chopped it up, and you know, he was giving me a lending ear because, you know, I was going through a lot with.
Homegirl. I remember that.
Yeah, so he was giving me a lending. Yeah, and you know, we were all we kind of spending, you know, we was doing like the roommate thing for a couple of months. So as I was doing a roommate thing, he would go train, and I was like, "Yo, that's kind of dope, man." And he was, you know, we started training, and I remember one time we was walking by his gym. I was walking him, and this guy Luno comes up from the gym, right? And he goes, "You know, I'm looking for guys. That's your boy?" He was like, "Yeah, that's my boy. He needs a job." So Nuno goes, "Tell him to come here tomorrow. Come here tomorrow." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I needed the job. I mean, so I go over there the next day. I don't know much about nothing. Just, you know, a little Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, but not much for training people. You know what I mean? So I get there. They told me come with a T-shirt, some shorts, whatever. And I go in there, humbled myself, you know, and they start training me to box, training me to kick, you know, Muay Thai, training me jiu-jitsu, basically all day training, right? And training how to train.
What's all day? 8 to 8?
Like 7 in the morning to like 8 in the night.
Yeah, so 12-hour days basically.
And not getting paid for it.
Damn. So that was another humbling experience because you had to sow into something that potentially you didn't even know if it was going to bear fruit.
Facts. Plus, I had to pay for my own travel, go back and forth because they wasn't giving me bread. So I would have to pay to go work.
Wow.
And I did that and he told me 2 weeks. I did that for a month.
Wow. And you were still living with Luch at this time? You guys were like roommates, or you went back with the missus?
I was going back and forth.
Got you.
When we was beefing, I would go over there. We'll go be back and forth. But you know, shortly after a while, I was like, "Yo, you got to find a job because you're going over there and you're working for them." I was like,
"Oh my God!" Not for nothing, I love them, but they always be. I'm like, just go sit down, girl. Seriously, but yeah I know. Breaking balls right now because they don't understand what it takes to fucking do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Facts. So, you know, I go up to Nuno. I'm like, "Hey, Nuno, I appreciate it." You know, he saw that I was, you know,
hustling, huh?
And I was hustling. So he said, "Nah, I'm going to put you on this week." I was like, "Are you sure? Because, you know, I can't be coming over here spending 12 hours hanging out with you." And were you
yoked at that time? Because you did that for a month. You must have been in great shape.
Yo, I was in great shape, but I was hungry. Like I was, I mean, you know, and it was.
You weren't like philosophic. You weren't hungry, like thinking about a job. You were starving, like to eat.
I was starving, like I want the rice and beans and chicken.
Damn, so you was looking a little fucking like Ethiopian a little bit.
Yeah, I was looking crazy. So I mean, it was a really rough patch in my life. I mean, like I was going through it. I was real humble, and you know, from going from making, you know,
from throwing parties for the locks and shit to going to eating nothing and fucking working out 12-hour days. That's a totally turnaround, right? Because that's where your shit got it popping.
15,000, 20,000 a night sometimes. So going to working 12 hours and not making a dime.
Fuck.
So yeah, I would sit down sometimes and be like, "Yo, some people will hang themselves."
My dude. That's one thing. At least the warrior spirit, bro, is strong in these fucking guys. Because I've had those moments too, but I just something inside me won't let me quit. Ain't that a trip?
Yeah, because I gotta win.
Right.
I don't know when, but I'm gonna win.
That's it.
So yeah, you know, I did that, and you know, it started working out. I worked with them for like 2 years. They started me at 25 hours.
So right off the jump, you tell homeboy like, "Yo, I can't be doing this. I'm literally starving." He said, "I'm gonna put you on," and then when he said, "I'll put you on," he started you at 25 right out the gate.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot, right?
I mean, all right.
Like,
I mean, you're thinking you work a couple hours, you made $1.
Yeah. It's not really.
I mean, it's not no $15,000 a night, but you know, it's a start.
No, it's not. No, it's not even that. It sounds good, right? But and then check this out. Right? This is Jay Jerk, right? Check this out. So he goes, "You know, I got 4 clients for you. But one client is at 9 o'clock, the other one is at 11, the other one's at 3, and the other one's at 6.
Shit. So you got a lot of downtime.
And it's at 77th for Madison. So it's not like you commute and come back and forth. So you literally in the same space for that 12 hours. And if you got 4 clients, you only made $100.
Shit. What would you do in the downtime? Just chill or work out?
We would work out. You know, it was a team of us. It was, you know, it was a bunch of fighters. I want to say it was 8 fighters come from all different types of the world. Portuguese, Brazil, Boricuas, Dominicans. It was a bunch of fighters, right? And we all kind of, you know, got close because we was all in the same, you know, in the same boat, basically struggling together, trying to figure it out. So we would spar together. There was a bunch of professional fighters. There was some Muay Thai fighters that fought professionally. There was a bunch of guys that were good at what they do. Like, and these guys taught me a lot. I have a lot of heart, and you know, like they made me really sharp. And it was like a brotherhood type of thing. And everybody kind of knew what we was getting paid, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't no animosity. Everybody was just trying to figure it out. And it was cool. I did that for like 2 years.
So hold on, because I wanna follow this whole deal. So for 2 years, you're just making $100 a day, or you started to get more people? When did it start to ratchet up?
All right, so it started. Mind you, these clients are wealthy clients, right? So they start liking you, you know, especially if you're humble and you're hard working. You know, they start gravitating to you because they respect you.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that's my natural character. So a lot of guys was following up with me and wanting to train with me through my character, and I started building a rapport there, and I went from 25, I think, to $30, right? Now, 2 years in, right? Now, I'm quiet, head down, working hard, right? Now, I see that other guys are making 35, 40. That doesn't work as hard as me, right? So I go to Nuno. Nuno's always been a fair guy to me. But I go to him, I'm like, listen, Nuno, I normally don't, you know, keep my mouth shut and work hard, but I'm going to need a raise. Like, I think, you know, I'm the top guy here, because at that point I was the top guy there amongst great guys.
At this time, Lucha already dipped, right?
At this time, Lucha already dipped. So I said, I need more money. So he said, I can't give you, I think I went to 40. He said, I can't give you 40. I could keep you at 30 and maybe give you 35 for 6 months. I said, it's not going to work for me. So he kind of was like, well, that's all I got to offer. So I never responded to him, and I never went back. And the reason why I never went back was because I felt disrespected. I felt like,
I feel you. Listen, if you noticed that you were hardworking, there's no way he didn't notice and the clients didn't notice. And there's definitely them cats that was slacking in their macking, didn't realize they were coming up on some easy shit.
Right. So when I didn't come back, obviously they blew up my phone trying to figure out
if you were dead or something. Oh shit, the clients.
Yeah, and then the clients started, because these clients are very particular. So if they can't find their man, they're gonna go reach out. So a lot of clients reached out to me directly, and I started training those clients outside the gym. Said, I don't work there no more, but if you still want to train with me, this is what I charge. So thank God I was able to leave with like 4 or 5 clients. So from those 4 or 5...
Go ahead. I'll finish it, and then I got another question.
For those 4 or 5 clients, I was able to withstand my own salary and work for myself.
So for you, let's say, not to get too in the nitty gritty, you went from, let's say, that 30 mark to what, like 50 an hour? Not right out the gate, but in the beginning.
No, $400 an hour.
Nasty. So you already made that jump. You didn't even fuck around.
Yeah.
He was like, look, we're going to do this or we're not.
Yeah. And then what I really fucked up the game was when I came out, I said, it's $100 an hour and you got to give me at least a 5-pack.
Nasty. So I like the marketing skills. So you made them committed to you.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And then every time you have 4 sessions left, you have to recharge your pack.
So basically, 1 in, they got to re-up, basically. Or 4 in, they got to re-up.
No. 4 in, they have to
re-up.
re-up.
Yeah. That's insane.
So we always a step ahead.
And then,
you know what I mean?
Okay, got you. I love that. That's really good strategic advice. So now you do this, right? So you're selling the let's say the 5-day pack or the 5-week pack or however you wanted to put it together. Are you telling them I need the money up front, I do a payment plan, or are you open to anything as long as by the end you give me all my money? How did you break that up?
Well, no, basically we said, I'm working for myself now. And the way, I'm setting up the clients is by packages. So if you take a 5-pack, just keep in mind after you have 4 sessions left, you have to renew before the 5th one.
Yeah, I got that part. But
and what I would do is I'll shoot a text or I'll shoot an email just as a reminder to say, hey, you have 1 session left. Make sure you replenish your pack. So you kind of have to turn into HR also.
I got you. So my thing was like, but let's say they bought that first 5, they have to pay that in full. There's no payment plan.
No,
I'm just checking.
I mean,
because we come from the layaway old school, Daddy. I'm just saying. So it's all in full. It's all in full. And then
always my motherfucker.
Got you. And then not the gimmick, but the hook was you got to re-up with me, or this is our last session when we meet up again, basically.
Yeah, because my whole thing was like, this is your slot time, so I'll allocate the slot time to you. But if you don't renew your package, I'm gonna give it to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's dope.
And then
so you were basically saying that your time is valuable. If you're not, taking my time serious, then I gotta get me some other clients.
Yeah, or no, I was saying I was that popular that if you don't take this slot time, I'll have somebody else replace that.
No, nice. All right, so this is in the same vein. By the way, congrats, bro, because we've been. I would like to call us the 4 Musketeers, but that other loose cannon ain't really. I don't really classify homeboy. He kind of butted his way into the mix.
But I feel bad for him, so I kind of try to guide him. But it's sometimes you can't.
Yeah, I know. You could take the horse to the water. You just can't make them drink it. I get you. All right, so let's not. We're not gonna stay in that vein too long. So what I want to ask you, because now you said you dropping, Snuffleupagus. I don't know how you say homeboy's name. That shit sounds Snuffleupagus. Stephanopoulos, right? Stephanopoulos. All right, I'm gonna fuck that shit all up. So, who was your first I want to ask 2 questions, a 2-parter. So, who was your first celebrity client, and then who was the first celebrity client that had you like, oh shit, like I can't believe I'm training Daddy?
All right. My first celebrity client was, I want to say, do you classify Dylan Lauren, Ralph Lauren's daughter?
Of course. Listen, anybody's anybody. They're better. They're bigger than us. Homegirl is not stressing for no goddamn rent. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I trained her first. Then after that, I trained Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah, how was that? I remember you was hollering to me about that.
Yeah.
How many sessions cool. did you get with Drew?
I trained her. I trained her at Punch, and she wasn't my client. She was my client there, but it was her. She was going to their gym, and I was her trainer there.
Punch was the new spot.
No, Punch was the old spot. That I trained her when I was still at Punch.
Got you.
George Stephanopoulos is in my new spot. And when I had left Punch, and it's not like I started work for myself, but that wasn't always gravy. I had to get a second job with that, and I was working in some factory in Queens, moving fucking furniture.
Damn, you was on some fucking Rocky Balboa shit, trying to train for the fucking championship. Shit.
Yo, that was the worst job ever.
So how long? That was during the 2-year grind, right? That you needed something else to put money in the groceries in the refrigerator.
Yeah, and it was the worst job I've ever had. I was like working with inmates that came out of jail. And they just kind of was like,
oh my God, I've had one of those jobs, bro. Isn't that shit? Talking about humbling experiences, it makes you really think about, 1, how you fuck shit up, and 2, like that you fuck shit up so bad that you on this level. And by the way, let me also say that people who have went to jail aren't horrible people, but it just gives you that classification of your mind. Like, damn, I didn't do no serious time, and I'm at this level. Where did I miss the off ramp in life, or did I fucking wreck the Ferrari going 270 on the fast lane? You know what I mean?
Sometimes, man. Sometimes you kind of like it gets so deep that you start asking God, like, what the fuck did I do? From going from high to low. But you kind of have to have faith, man. Keep working hard, man. It's gonna get better.
So I have a question because this is really awesome. Because I just did a show with a friend of mine, and he's the host of the Comeback Journey podcast, and we talked a little bit about depression. For you, because you and I, man, we've been through some stuff. Was it just the internal voice that was telling you not to give up? Like, how did you battle? How did you combat? How did you get out of the darkness? And how did you kind of handle the depression while you were going through it? Because you must have been real depressed, bro. 5K to be fucking grinding the way you was doing. That's a shit. That's a totally that's a different situation. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. It's sad, brother. But sometimes, man, you just got to take things for what it is. You can't say what if so much, or you can't ponder about certain things. You just got to keep pushing. And it's crazy. One thing Lucho actually told me this one time. I was in a really depressed mode, and he goes, "Bro, you got to go out to the world and walk around. You never know when you hit the corner and opportunity stands right there. But you being sheltered at home, depressed, ain't nothing gonna change." And that was a fact. And I made sure I was always out and about when I needed something. When I had that job, and it was a real stressful job, I was on Craigslist. I was on this. I was still working and shit, but I was on Craigslist looking for new opportunities. And the more I hated the job, the more I was searching for a job. And I saw a listing for a training position, which is exactly where I wanted to go back, because I was still training clients, but wasn't as much as I was making at Punch. So I had to get that other job. And the guy was offering $80 just to start, right? I thought to myself, I'm probably not qualified for that. But you know what? I'm going to go for it. Fuck do I got to lose? It's a fucking trainer, right? It's on 72nd. It's in Madison. It's around Punch, where I used to work. That'd be the same type of clientele. You figure that out. I'll go to the interview. We come from Catholic school, so it's supposed to be clean cut. So I go over there, nice and clean cut, a lot of mannerism.
Were you in pretty good shape at that time, or not really?
No, I was in good shape because remember I was working at the factory, moving fucking furniture out in the middle of the night.
Jesus Christ!
So I was looking like a fucking
You was like
tight end over there. I was looking like
you had that farmer strength and shit. You were looking like goddamn fucking Clark Kent, but not the Clark Kent we used to. You're on the farm throwing hay and shit.
Yeah, they were looking. I walked in with overalls on.
Shit.
So I did my thing. With the client, because one thing about Punch, man, they teach those 12 hours of working for free. I learned a lot of tips on training, and they really teach guys to be top world class trainers. So once I trained, they gave me the manager. She asked, "Can you train me?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll train you." So I stressed her out, trained her, and after I gave a session, she was at all like, "Wow, this guy's really good." They called me back. I trained to force, and then I started working for him. Now that's when that shit changed my finances really quick, because I went from making $25 to $30 an hour to making $300 a week to $80 an hour.
Wow. Okay. And this was before you decided to start your own business in the training session, or during?
This is before I opened up the daycare.
Got you.
So, and that's another thing. Once I made that 80, right? Once I made that, I started working off the hook, like I was working at Punch, but now it made sense, right? Because I was working at Punch for $25, but now it's $80. So I don't mind being there from 7 in the morning.
Right, you hanging out all day. You're like, listen, do you got extra hours? Where's the OT at, Daddy?
Anybody walk in, I'm like, yo, I got it. It's like the barbershop.
You were like working at the limited structure, trying to fight dudes for a client and shit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, can I help you?
Right.
So
it made you more hungry.
I was there, and he had clients. He was paying good, and I was making really good money, right? So, and then at that point, when I started making really good money, I was like, damn, I I've already went through this roller coaster of having money coming down, you know. So I was like, I can't just depend on this one income, because I've already experienced this multiple times of having a great income and losing it, and not having nothing to fall back. So my back in my mind, my only thing was like, this 80 an hour is not going to last. I got to create another source of income before I lose this, because you know I'm so used to shit going left. So I got with my girl. She was working at Wall Street, and it wasn't really working out for her over there after a while. So she was looking for an opportunity, and I told her, babe, you know, we have a kid. I want you to raise the kid. How about I'll put up the bread, and we get a really big apartment, and we get a daycare, and you go in the daycare and raise the kids. You don't have to leave the house. You can make a lot of money off their childcare. You know, thank God she agreed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I work really, really hard. I put money together. We get the place that we needed. We get the daycare. Things are going great, right? Then she starts and she creates her own cleaning company. She wanted to do her own thing, which she did. She was really successful at. So now we're balancing both of those businesses, and I'm still training. And we've been doing that for the last 2 years. And, you know, things are a lot better. But, you know, like I was explaining to you, it was a really uphill battle. And you're not going to give up a lot of times. But, you know, we come from rough beginnings as it is. So we kind of used to this, right? And, you know, it's a blessing when things start working themselves out. But, you know, coming from where we're from also, when things start working out, you get nervous, right? Because now you're used to things going to shit again. So, you know, you're happy that, you know, you're finally successful. But in the back of your mind, you're like, how long is this going to last? You know? And that was one of the major reasons of why I really, really focus on having multiple incomes. Just dropping from the pits of hell, you know, and rising back up. That shit is tough.
Dude, you know, it's really interesting that you say that, because for me, I totally feel you. And I try to stay within the now. And it's funny how you came to a conclusion that most like real entrepreneurs talk about and real businessmen talk about, but you got there out of pure necessity, just because you didn't want to, you know, put yourself in a position. But they always talk about having multiple streams of income, because you just never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And 3 is crazy to think 3 might not be enough, right? So you got to get the 4 and the 5 and the 6. And it's almost like when you are your own businessman, I think the word entrepreneur gets thrown around a lot lately, but when you are someone that is in that space, you realize that it's a 24/7 grind, man. And you got to keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? So that's really dope that you were able to segue into those things. It just sucks right now. I'm sure you would be doing a lot more if COVID wasn't popping off, because, you know, it wouldn't have handcuffed you with the daycare and maybe the cleaning service. But now this is like a new. It's like you just said. Go ahead.
Imagine we didn't have those multiple sources. Right,
you'd have been fucked. Right,
I would have been back to working in the factory, walking around with furniture on my
also,
back.
too, you know, as we get older, we got to take some of those safer plays. Like you were talking about training healthier or smarter. It's kind of working smarter too, right? Like your body can't keep taking furniture up 4 floors of stairs.
No,
that shit is not good. I know you about my same age, so you pushing 40, Papa. You're not gonna be able to keep doing that shit, right?
No, and honestly, man, I mean, it's stepping stones, right?
Right.
So you go to multiple businesses, right? Now you said the 4th one, right? Now, yeah, I am working on the 4th one. The 4th one is real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's where you can be a landlord. You don't have to work. You just kind of follow up on the business.
Passive income is the cheat code, supposedly, of all
residual income. Yeah. Yes. So, but isn't that the goal?
Right. Yeah.
To be able to get finances from a property that you own.
100%.
And that's how the Jewish people, the Jewish community is so strong, right?
That's how you build wealth.
Yes.
That's how you build wealth, man. That's why I be getting mad at these motherfuckers on the block. I'm like, son, stop buying that bottle. Stop copping on motherfucking Yeezys and start putting some money down, and let's start getting some of these cats out the fucking hood, and let's start coming up. because you can't. Once you get a little bit,
even the drug dealers are not even making money like they used to. Bro.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
I'm lending drug dealers money. Like, yo, you my man. Ain't you flipping birds? How you asking me for money? How does that work?
Wow.
Like,
what a flip. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Because when we were coming up, those dudes was sitting on stacks.
Yeah.
Right? I remember, not to like, air your shit out a little bit, but I remember you used to be like, damn, homeboy's rolling hard, and he got this, and you would tell me shit, and I'm like, damn, yeah, homie's looking good. And then you'd be like, yeah, he's running so-and-so and such, and I was like, yeah, that shit is crazy. And then all of a sudden, it switches up, and it's like now they coming to talk to you and being like, yo, Bob, what's up? You got a little something?
Yeah, put me on. Yeah. And now it's weird because it's like, if I we come from the street, so we have a lot of people that in the hoods and has a lot of different opportunities when it comes to that. So I had a friend of mine recently hit me up, was like, yo, I got access to weight, right? And, you want to move something with me, blah, blah, blah. And, I looked at him, I was like, nah, man.
That shit is too hot.
I was like, bro, like, think about it. Let's say I get caught up, I got to do 5 years. Now, that's 5 years that, one, I'm not broke. So I wouldn't do it now. If you would have to catch me when I'm broke, when I had furniture on my back, maybe. But.
Right, it's different. Right.
Now that you're looking at it, you're like, nah, I kind of don't have to go up that route, fam.
Right, that's like supposedly a come up. It's not supposed to be if you're already situated.
A lifestyle.
Yeah, you're gonna keep on flexing with that shit. Especially, you get caught, man. It's not even worth. I mean, you gotta be moving massive, like you gotta be basically not a guy that knows a guy. You gotta be talking to like big time willies to be making, where
right.
it's
Let's
like
say you made $100,000.
That should have go
in a year, right? And then you did 5 years. You do the numbers. You made like $17,000 a year.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And you lost your freedom for 4 years.
And that $100K might get liquidated because you got to pay your lawyer to maybe get you that 5 years because you just came on the judge
even make the
who was trying to fuck with some motherfucker and make an example out of you and say, what? I'm gonna give him 10, and then you get the good lawyer and say, nah, look, he's a good guy, blah blah blah. Let's give this guy 5 years. Yeah, fuck all that shit. Yeah, no, it's definitely different. It bugs my mind. We know somebody who I don't want to air out his laundry too much, but he still thinks in that modem. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but
I'm sure you do.
You can't be.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah, you can't be always trying to like that whole like drug swag to blow up. That shit was from the 80s, Papa. Like, you better make a fucking app right now that helps drug dealers connect with other drug dealers. Like, your shit right now, if you the whole idea of moving weight, it doesn't matter anymore. It's not what it used to be. There's so much more opportunity.
So funny, man.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
true, man.
That Scarface shit was a long time ago, shit. Papa.
And I have to think to myself that the person that offered me that, I was thinking to myself, like, what this guy ain't got a house? He's living broke.
Right, so he's on the gate moving the furniture like you were, right? It wasn't the same.
And I'm looking at him like, nah.
You know what's so funny? Hearing that story and watching so many movies recently, I would have fucking tapped that motherfucker up like, yo, you got a wire, daddy? Because you trying to put me in the setup right now. This looks like you ain't got no funds. You on the gate. Who you working for, bro? Because I've seen Carlito's way too many times, okay? Pero Carlito. You know what I mean? Because that shit sounds mad shady hilarious. To me. Fuck that.
Yo, now that you say that shit.
I'm telling you, bro, don't sleep.
Yo, and then, what's funny? After he told me that, he was like, yo, you got something going on, right, too? You got something going on.
See?
So I was like, nah,
I'm good,
man.
I'm good. I'm telling you, took the motherfucker took the shit right out of that goddamn page and motherfucker Carlito's way, bro. He's like, Carlito, I know you got something moving in the streets. And he's like, I ain't got nothing. Same shit you said.
I look right in his eyes. I was like, nah, man, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm clean as a whistle, fam.
I'm telling you, bro, that shit could have been a setup like a motherfucker, bro. I gave you something to think about now.
You really did, because the way he told me, when he said it, I got nervous. I was like, I was like, it took me like an hour to tell him I'm good. I was like,
wow,
I'm good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. I tell you, see, I'm telling you, man. I got my motherfucking.
You be knowing.
Nah, not even so much that, bro. My senses. I've really been working on my sixth sense because that shit. I've been talking to a lot of people about this. When you know, your gut is never wrong. Never wrong, bro. And when you've never listened to your gut is when you get in fucking trouble, bro. And I'm telling you, at the moment he said that, you already knew, like, this sounds motherfucking fishy like a motherfucker. Surprised he didn't show up in a fucking wheelchair and shit. Carlito, I'm using fucking diapers here. I can shit, I can piss. Look at me. Bro, I'm telling you. Fucking bullshit. That's why I'm telling you, man. Fucking bananas. So, yo, we're going to start wrapping this shit up real quick, bro. I love talking to you. I got to get you back on. But I wanted to tell you this because we were reminiscing. We were reminiscing. Remember Crazy Joe?
Crazy Joe, 161st.
My dude. Remember that shit, bro? Remember? Yeah. Yo, how funny was that whole situation?
He said, don't drop the weed. He said, don't
Joe, my dude, he was like, yo, pick that shit up.
Not drop the fucking weed.
I was like, yo, my man is tripping out. I thought it was over.
No, I looked at him like, yo, he's right. Yo, I mean, bro, what the fuck you doing? You dropping the weed.
Oh my God, bro. That shit was the most. Remember the dude that we was with talking about he was a Spaniard and shit? And then them other.
Yo, no, the motherfuckers that that's the fucking school drivers.
Oh my God. How about, yeah. And a kitchen knife.
Two of them.
Oh my God, bro. I was like, dude, you are getting us hot on the block.
Wow, yo.
Bro, the good old days. And then he was like, hey, bro, I felt like it was like, I always tell the story. It was like on some motherfucking Clint Eastwood shit. He was like, you feel lucky, punk? Better fucking pick that shit up. I was like, I ain't picking that shit up. I ain't picking it up.
Yo, pick it up, man. Pick it up. Yo, the way he pulled out the gun, bro, was something else.
Bro,
he pulled it out under his sleeve.
Remember that shit?
He didn't pull it out from
the holster.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
He just had it in his hand already. He just pulled it out.
Bro, I just told you, I'm a big movie buff. I have never seen a movie like that in my goddamn life. That motherfucker thought he was Desperado. He thought he was Desperado, motherfucker.
Yo, he fucked me up. Yo, I was looking at him like, oh shit, we dead.
I thought it was done. I thought it was done as a motherfucker. I was like, fuck, these guys, these white boys. No, I thought they were going to shoot us. Yeah. He pointed at me and somebody else first. I was like,
I thought you was done.
Oh, I was like, that's it. It's over. I'm like, I'm going to be on the front page or something.
Yeah, because I saw him and I was like, oh, I got time to run. Hold on.
Oh my God. Yo, let me tell you something, man. It's funny. Our old friend Eddie, that dude used to run with some cats, man. So some of them dudes from fucking Zulu Nation and all that bullshit, bro, was nuts. You guys were fucking crazy.
Yo, Adam, man.
Yeah.
Adam did like 8 years, man.
Did he finally get out?
He did. I think he got out a couple years ago, man. I haven't really chopped it up, but I heard he's out. Yeah.
What a trip, bro. Fucking nuts.
He lost a lot of his time, man. 8 years is a long time.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, and we'll wrap up the show on this. You got to really weigh out the options and you got to think, you know, is it worth it? You know, sometimes it seems like a shortcut, but it might not be, man. You know, and I think one thing you learned, there is no shortcuts. You know what I mean? Because
and then when you get to a certain level, you ain't trying to lose that.
Nah, come on. You do all that work? Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, it's not worth it after a while. It literally is not.
Right. You weigh the pros and cons out and you're like, you know what, daddy, I just can't fuck with you. I just can't. You're just too hot on the block. I'm not gonna.
That a finger, nigga, you wild.
Right. Yeah, that's what you need. You need one of those motherfuckers to get it popping for you. You know what I mean? You can be in this, look at, even if you think about all the heavy duty mafioso dudes like Al Capone and some of these other cats.
They ain't live, man.
Not only that, they don't do the dirty work, bro. They get some other motherfucker to do it. You know, John Gotti. Yeah, you at a certain point you beneath certain things. You know what I mean? And I'm not promoting violence and I'm not promoting, being a gangster.
Right. But
even the smart money gets it.
Way.
Yeah.
No, but you're so right, man. It's like if you'll club on you're not gonna be out there doing security.
Fuck no.
You're gonna be in the back of the counter counting your money, right?
Right.
Because you got money now. You can hire help.
Yep. That's the whole point, bro.
And that's the problem. Some of these guys like to put it in the work themselves, man, and lose it all.
Bro, there's a great book. I don't know if you like to read, bro. It's called, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on it? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. and it talks about.
I keep hearing about this book.
It's written by Robert Kawasaki, not the motorcycle company. It's written a little different.
Yeah, he got motorcycles and books.
Nah, he spells it different too. It's like KIO, so it's weird the way he does it. But
KIO.
Yeah,
he really cut it short.
Oh my god! Kawasaki. No, because I don't even know, because Kawasaki is KAWA, you know, right? But he spells it like KIOWA. I'm like, bro, that sounds like a lot of shit right there. But anyways, he talks about like, don't be an employee, be an owner. You waste way too much money being an employee, bro. The owners is what kills. You should check it out. It's a short book. It's like 200 pages.
But the problem,
you could crush it.
With all that, man. You know, we don't start with a lot. It's hard. It's
That's
easy
the thing.
to say that.
That
right?
is the thing. I agree 100%.
When you don't have resources, it's when you have. I don't want to be racial here, but
nah, minorities are fucked. That's the facts, bro. Minorities get fucked. We get served the fucking a shit sandwich and told that it's fucking chicken parm.
And leave some for later. Mm-hmm. But if I was a young Jewish kid, I would have the whole world in my hands. I'm going to have resources. I'm going to have money. And all I have to do is be creative. We don't have anything. So we have to be creative and resourceful at the same time.
I know it's a trick, bro.
And that's where the magic really happens, man.
I know. Let's keep fucking grinding, bro. Because I really liked what you said on the text feed. And it's crazy that, with the team that we have had or have been around, that it took cats to almost 40 years old to realize, you know what? This might have been easier if we would have teamed up instead of everybody going their own way. You know what I mean?
But you have to understand, everybody has an ego, man.
Oh, that's a big problem.
Kills, man.
100%, bro. I agree. So listen, I'm going to take you off real quick. We'll politic for a sec. But again, LA, thanks so much for coming on the show, bro. I gotta get you.
I appreciate you, my brother.
For sure, we gotta get some more funnier topics, and we just go chop it up, ham. I'll get you. I'm trying to get some some permanent people on the rotation. You definitely are gonna be one of them. So thanks a lot for your time, man.
I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, thanks everybody for listening. For sure.
San Diego.
Yeah. Don't hang up.
NYC.
All right, hold on. Thank you for listening, guys.